Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. We're coming out of frost, meaning I think this is our last week for April before things start getting to the warm season. So I'm starting to put in my warm weather crops. This is ginger. You can pick up ginger rhizomes at Asian markets, your local grocery store, order them online. It's a really easy plant to grow. So I'm putting this in all over my gardens, and I want to go over and just show you how I do it. It's really simple to grow. Couple of things to keep in mind: that ginger loves the warmth and humidity. So here in Maryland Zone 7, we get warmth, we get humidity. You want about a 6-month period of warmth. Again, we're coming out in April. I'll have warmth all the way through September. That's a good 6 months. And then October, November, when the cold comes in, the greenery from the ginger would die down and I'll be able to harvest mature rhizomes. Keeping that in mind, once your ginger is growing for about 4 months, you can take pieces of it while it still has the greenery on there and use it in your garden, or use it in your cooking. So, warmth and humidity. It likes well-draining soil, no soggy roots, but it wants to stay moist. So you got to have a lot of organic matter in here, stays moist, drains really quickly, no soggy roots. And again, it's a loose soil, lots of organic matter. pH of your soil can be anywhere from 5.5 to 6.5. And basically what plant doesn't love that? Loose soil, organic matter, the right range of pH. So you're not going to have to worry about setting up anything really specific for ginger. It prefers to grow in partial shade. It will grow in full sun. So what's the best scenario? 6 hours of sun, and then it gets shade in the afternoon. And when we're done going over these tips, I'm going to put this in different parts of my garden. I have trellising in some areas. I'm going to put this against the fence where it'll be shaded off by some beans. I'm going to put it where trellising is. I'm going to put it in my tomato area. So I'll show you the different places you can put it to try and get it 6 hours of sun, but it gets shaded off during the afternoon by plants or different things. You can work around that. It likes to be planted at a shallow depth, so we'll break this up in a second and I'll go to the different places, show you how we put it in the ground. But you're basically just sinking it down 2 inches into the earth, not deeper than that, covered over, 1 inch of mulch, you're good to go. And the best tip that I can give you for growing ginger is tuck it in all over your garden. It can go into containers that are, about 12 inches wide. It can go into shallow containers. It can go into deeper containers, and it can just be put throughout your garden. It's not invasive, so you can put it in different places and just let it go. Just tuck it in all over. So that's what we're going to do next. Let's break these up into pieces, and then we'll go to the different parts of the garden. And I'll also show you how to fertilize it before the end of the video. So I'm going to put the ginger into these 3 beds, and my sun, when it's most intense, comes this way. So I'm going to drop it in here, and you can see the trellising. That will have probably beans or something growing up there. We'll cut down on the intensity of the sun on the ginger that goes in there. This one is going to have maybe melons or something growing up this trellis, and that's going to shade more of the ground area instead of the greenery. And then back here, this is actually all shredded hardwood. I'm growing them in different mediums too. That's going to go right along there, and then on the back there'll probably be beans or cucumbers, so they're going to get their shade. So I recommend, if you're going to a market, pick up something about this size. Now if you look on here, you'll see little points coming up. That's where the shoots are going to come out. You could, in theory, just break off a little piece and then plant it, and then you'll get one shoot. But that's going to take a while for that to grow. Actually, the shoots get 2 or 3 feet tall. As they collect energy, the rhizome will grow outward. I don't really recommend that. If you can get pieces that are about 2 inches long, 3 inches long, so maybe something like this piece, and you can just break it off, and then we're going to plant those in the ground. But you're kind of looking for places where they break. This one naturally breaks here. I'm going to keep this one for size and put it into a bigger part in my garden, but just something like that. You're just breaking them up into pieces, 2 inches to 4 inches. And then maybe this one will be a little bit smaller, and we'll take that one. So these will go into different places. You're just breaking it up 2 to 4 inch pieces, and then we're going to sink it into the ground. Actually, we can do The one that I'm going to do here, I'm going to put 2 of them right in the middle. You want to plant them about 6 inches apart, and you're just going down 1 to 2 inches, dropping it on its side. You don't have to worry about what side you put it down. The plant will figure it out and cover it over. And then we'll put a piece over here, cover it over, and we've got the ginger I want in this specific bed. We'll go over to another place now and put the rest in different parts of the garden. So I think I said earlier that it's not evasive. It's not evasive, which means if you plant it, you don't need to chase it down to harvest it. But it's not invasive. If you put it in here, it's going to stay in this space. So we're going to go about 2 inches down. The shade's going to come in this way when the sun is most intense in my garden. And I do highly recommend about 2 inches. Experiment. Put it in different places. Put it in different mediums. When we're done, I'll show you how I put a granular organic on top and then mulch on top. I like to put the organic granular in between the mulch and the soil. This way it stays moist and worms and bacteria and microbes can get to it. And then maybe 6 inches down here, we'll put in another piece, about 2 inches deep. I'm going to water it in too with a fish emulsion, and that's all the fertilizing I'm going to do with this for the year. All right, so let's get to the third planting area, which is actually shredded hardwood. I grew in that last year, worked really well. And then the fourth bed's going to be mostly horse manure, actually. 2-year-old horse manure. So this is the double shredded hardwood bed. I'll link a video to show you how you set up and can grow in that. And that's really the cheapest way to fill a bed, is with finely shredded hardwood. 2 inches down, drop it in, putting in smaller pieces here. And you can see how moist this is. This is a perfect growing medium. It stays really moist, it drains really quickly. And I'm just putting in 3 of the smaller pieces right in here. And I encourage you to experiment. Put it in different places in your garden, see where it grows best, and then you'll have some idea, how to grow it next year. All right, let's go over to the horse manures. So these are my 3 new beds, filled mostly with horse manure. It's 2 years composted, well broken down horse manure. You don't want to put or really grow anything in manures that aren't fully broken down. Trellis going right across the back, that's cattle panel, and where I'm standing, the intense sun comes right in through there. So I'm going to drop a smaller piece right in the front there, see how that does. I'm not going to plant that, I think you get the idea, but I'm going to put a larger piece right down here that's going to be in more shade, and I want to see how that does maybe with less than 6 hours of sun. So the larger the piece, the more eyes it's going to have on, so it'll send up more stalks, so it should grow a little bit quicker. Again, we're going down about 2 inches, not more than that, and just covering it up. I'll put a little bit of fertilizer down in mulch. I'll show you how to do that right now. Ginger is a great addition to your garden. It can be pressed for drinks, used in marinades, used in stir fries, used in so many different ways. So we're going to add in the final pieces. Any kind of mulch. I'm using double shredded hardwood. Granular organic. Anyone that represents NP and K, that's a 3, 4, 4. It doesn't matter what you select. Most of them are the same. And a water soluble fertilizer. I'm using fish emulsion, and we're just going to do this once and then let it go. You're going to just get a big handful and spread it liberally across the top. Depending on the temperatures, you're going to see the activity start in about 3 weeks to 6 weeks. But once it gets warm, once it gets humid, the ginger's going to take off, and you're going to see really, really nice growth. And the rhizomes also kind of grow across the top of the soil, so you're going to see how they develop, which is pretty cool. We're just going to dump in about 1 inch of mulch across the top, and I would do that for all of the ginger that I planted. Let me just throw some more in here for the watering. And again, I like to put the organic granular in between the mulch and the soil. This way it stays moist. And just water it in with your water soluble. This is fish emulsion with a nice nitrogen of 5. That will get your ginger jump started. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's a really easy plant to grow in your garden. Tuck it in different places. Please subscribe. I'll show you how I take care of it and how it grows over the season. And please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. Thanks so much for watching.